Good evening slash time zone, everybody, and welcome to a fine Tuesday evening, or whatever it happens to be in your particular time zone. I hope things are going well with all of you, especially with some of the active weather happening for portions of the states. I'm sectoral leader Cody, and I'm Cody. Hello, everybody. Good to see all of you. We are on a I guess it's not a fresh new week now because it's not Sunday anymore. We're a bit into a new week and a bit into a new month. We are April 2nd or April 3rd for some of you. Hopefully your April's off to a decent start. Weather-wise, things have been off to a pretty crazy start. There's going to be a lot to talk about when we get to the US weather, but we do have to talk about the Canada weather first. Today, we're going to be doing Kirby and the Forgotten Land. We are going to be aiming to 100% Area 3, which is the carnival area. The wonder remains. So we're going to take Kirby to a carnival. Best part, there's no lineups. The part that may not be so good is the ride maintenance status may be a little questionable. There's been nobody there to maintain it. Either way, we're in for a fun time. I don't recall any part aside from the boss being a bit of a pain in the butt. And actually, even with the boss, if you've gotten good at dodging, might actually do pretty decent. This boss is one of the game's first reminders that you can dodge, and it's probably a good idea to do so. But we'll get to that eventually. We are on a new week, which means naturally there are some changes. I'm always making little changes here and there. The big changes I prefer to save for between season. Let me just move over to my detailed changes thing. We have a new emote. Those of you who are subbed can now use a sleepy emote. Where? It's not on there. There it is. This sleepy emote. We all have to sleep eventually. Even the sectoral leader has to sleep eventually, although he only sleeps once a month for 10 hours. That's his requirement. That's because of his species. You know, magic rarely rests. It's very restless magic. But we have to sleep. I'm just going to go on the average line of 8 hours a day. Might be a bit more for some, might be a bit less for others. The minimum sleep required to function is 6 hours. And I know a lot of us, due to various reasons, may even struggle with that. I know the aggressive weather has definitely not been helping. It's been setting off tornado sirens in a lot of places. Welcome on in, Pink. Good to see ya. We are just about to start talking about weather. I hope things are going pretty well over there. I know, like I said, the enhanced zone covers a pretty big area, and there is a moderate zone as well, and that moderate zone is definitely still active. I saw a few more tornado warnings go up in the past hour here. There's a bit of crazy weather in Canada, but nothing tornado related. It's more like snowstorm / rain related. The prairie region has a little bit of a heat wave going on. Been a few warnings over. Definitely severe thunderstorms for sure. But, oh yeah, I think there was at least one tornado warning down there. We'll have to see where they're at when we get to the US section shortly. We're probably going to spend more time on the US section than we are the Canada section, because of the intensity of the threats going on down there. Also, there, whoop. I'm typing a macro number, but I'm typing into the chat box too. Probably not a good idea. Canada doesn't look as crazy as you can see. Like, you got some warnings going on. Again, Canada's massive, so, I mean, an area like this is actually pretty large. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to open up my sound folder. I should probably do that, so that I can have fun with the sound clips. That's very cool. Open on the wrong window, please. Nothing that'll be revealing on that screen anyways, really. Just the default home directory, which almost looks the same as everybody else's by default. Except I have the streaming folder right in front so that I can get to it quickly. There was around 3 warnings. Ooh. Yeah, definitely some lively weather over there. Let me make sure the volume is set correctly, and then I'll just test clip and make sure it works. Yep, it works, but... Let's start with the Northwest Territories here. So, oh wait, yeah, changes. This isn't the first time that I've begun to go through changes, and then I'm like, oh, wow, but the weather. Variables and commands, I mentioned this last week. Actually, I think I may have even mentioned it on last Tuesday, but it's a new change since the last time I did changes. Wait a minute. What's going on with it? These changes are last week's. Oh, last week's up to Saturday, that's why. Ads work properly. The ad message thing works properly. Like I said, I had to manually add a cooldown and a custom variable to ensure that it does not go off again when ads start, because that's a Firebot related bug. It's a new variable, so, you know, things are bound to not behave the way they want to if it's something new. Hopefully it's an easy fix at least. I fixed the promo messages so that they don't cover half the screen. I shortened them somewhat, and they won't talk about a feature that's not available anymore. This is especially evident on Sundays when I do weather streams, where sound clips, for the most part, are not enabled. Just because, you know, it's a weather stream. Just a weather stream. Just a weather stream, says Weather Buff. I added a few weather facts to the commands, and that's it according to what I actually wrote on the changelog over here. That's not it. Oh, I did not start entering changes in for this week. That's why. We have new throwables. I've added 10 different kinds of eggs. Yes, I did this after Easter. Very good timing. It'll just be an April theme, all right? We'll just have it in for April. It'll be April seasonal redeem, even if, well, technically, Easter Monday was on in April, so it's April, all right? It's April. Either way, there are 10 eggs, and I actually put a few of the eggs on, like, a higher rarity, and some eggs on, like, uncommon and common. Although, when you redeem Egg Storm, it'll probably wind up throwing all the varieties at some point anyways, because it throws 1 for every channel point, and if I'm not mistaken, that redeem is 100 channel points. Sorry, channel points, silver pieces. So it'll throw 100 anyways. Chances are you'll see the 1 in 10 chance. In fact, theoretically, if you're throwing 100, there is actually... Theoretically... you could see up to 10 of them. Again, that's if RNG is running right on the average line. But because 1 in 10 is drastically... 1 in 10. I don't know why I'm speaking in these terms, because 10 in 10 means 100%, but not really. Because 10 in 10 is shared with the lower rarity tiers. It's a weight. No, it's not even a weight. When you're doing probability, that's why you end up like multiplying the fractions and whatever, and end up with a lot lower of a result when you're comparing multiple probabilities, because there's more possible rolls. Wait, what does it make the probability actually then? I don't know. The bottom number is 10 for every egg, so 100. And the top number is, I don't remember the specific numbers I put into each egg. So whatever that fraction is. Whatever that fraction is, alright? Anywho, yeah, so the egg throwable thing is a new thing as well. I just didn't put it on the details chart. I had better do that by the end of tonight before I forget to do so. I really want to fix that intro, because that intro is using like the previous season's layouts and all that. However, apparently it's not my laptop charger that needs to be fixed. It might be the pin connector for the laptop itself. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to get that fixed. Hopefully, it's an easy fix. Hopefully, it's not something internal. It wouldn't surprise me if it's something internal. That old laptop has a number of issues, including faulty SLdr too. Happens with age on the computers. That's all the changes that I can recall right now, so we'll go right to the weather now. So, foothills in Alberta, we got some activity. We got a special weather statement. Significant change in weather, sharply cooler temperatures accumulating snowfall. This is for the foothills and within the mountains. 10 to 30 centimeters possible in the second event, south and southwest of Calgary. Well, you guys are going to have fun with that. Lucky, welcome on in. Just say no to snow. Exactly. How are you doing on this fine time zone? Probably evening. Ooh, that's what's going on in Northwest Territories. Doing good? Awesome. I'm doing pretty good myself. We had a lovely day. We poked the 20-degree mark. Not that I could tell from my station, because the stupid computer controlling it decided to misbehave today. And I'm going to have to go over there and smack it next time I go for a maintenance. Not literally. It's just a pretty low-end computer, because it's supposed to just be running PowerShell scripts, which should not take so much effort. But, you know, Microsoft likes to make it a huge effort to get PowerShell to run on a low-spec computer. But, oh, things are going pretty good. Yeah, pretty nice over there. Awesome. That's good to hear. So, yeah, we were just taunting the 20 degrees Celsius mark. We were poking at the 70 Fahrenheit mark. So, quite nice. My station... I think my station didn't quite touch 20, but it got very close. Well, yeah, we still got some snow going on up here. The prairie region's dealing with unusual warmth. Well, I'm not sure if Manitoba's getting the full extent of it. But I know a decent portion of Alberta, part of Saskatchewan. Doesn't look like there's any other warnings aside from that. Like I said, we got the incoming snow and drop in temperature. And there is supposed to be a drop in temperature for the Alberta area, and shortly after the Saskatchewan area. Manitoba, if you do get any of the warmth, you're probably going to get the cold right after too. It's all being driven by a Arctic low-pressure system up here. I think it's past Hay River by now. It's a pretty strong low, and it's causing some temperature mood swings. So, yeah, you'll definitely feel the effects of it. I saw my first ladybug today. The warmer temperatures probably brought them out. It's probably going to have to go back in, maybe go back into hiding. I don't know. Our temperatures are like just barely going below zero as lows later on. You saw a seagull yesterday. Ooh. The land gulls, the ring-billed gulls, I'm going to guess. Those fellas migrate during winter. Yeah, our seagulls moved in early March, which is a little earlier than usual. It's usually mid-March. Our crows moved in late March. No, mid-March, which is close to their normal time, slightly earlier than usual. Our geese arrived slightly later than usual in mid-March. So we've got our seasonal pals with us, that's for sure. A little later in the season, we'll have blackbirds arrive, and both varieties, a yellow-headed blackbird and the red-winged blackbird. And once summer's on approach, usually early mid-June, we start to see the red-tailed hawks. Bald eagles, though, we can see them any time of the year. Although they are few and far between, they're in any time of year. Oh, yellow jackets. Oh, no, those fellas can go away. We don't usually start seeing those fellas until June, July. I'd prefer to just never see them. That'd be ideal. I'd take a whole bunch of Canadian geese over the yellow jackets. The yellow jackets are just like they're arses to everybody, just regardless. And not to mention, they do have they are somewhat carnivorous, which is why they bite people unprovoked sometimes. Makes them all the more annoying. Honestly, their bites are way more annoying than the sting. They don't really sting all that often. It's more of the biting. They sweep in, yeah. We've got another variation of wasp, or at least I'm convinced it's a different variation of wasp. Like, it's like a yellow jacket, but it's much smaller, and they always hover around the grass. They sometimes harass you, but they don't really seem to actually bite. They just buzz around you sometimes and bother you, and then go back to the grass. They seem to like low spots. Almost feels like it's a different species. It might just be younger yellow jackets, but they behave like a different species. Like, they only bother you to an extent. They don't actively go up and bite you or sting you unless you repetitively bother them. There's another wasp that I'm on good terms with, but it's in Australia. It's the potter wasp. The potter wasp could care less for people. It is more interested in scavenging for whatever it needs. Unless you're near one's nest, they won't really threaten you. I remember when I was in Australia, I was just like sitting on the deck. What was I doing? I think I was recording blue-winged kookaburras and their calls and all that. And yeah, potter wasps just came on by and just landed on the table. It was just browsing stuff that was lying on the table, and that was about it. Went around me, was like, yeah, whatever. Very, very neat-looking fellas, and well, it's one of the examples of not all wasps are incredibly annoying. It's just yellow jackets and hornets in particular over here. I hear paper wasp in Australia can actually be quite rude sometimes. And thankfully, I didn't have an encounter with a paper wasp. They like sweet, yeah. They like sweetness. Yeah, sweat does draw them too, especially if the sweat is somewhat sweet as well. Like if your sugar levels are up somewhat, then yeah, they might bother you a bit more too with that. And then we got our friends the bees. I haven't seen any emerge yet, but they're usually in April emergers, so we'll probably start seeing them soon. I also have blackbirds that chase you. Yeah, blackbirds are very territorial, to the point where they're a little irrational sometimes. Blackbirds are also one of the most well-known examples of birds getting drunk because of the fermented berries. Causes them to get a little crazy. They like to fly at people. I don't know, for the thrill of it, because they're because they're drunk and they don't care. Like, that's it. Yeah, they got a hangover and headache, exactly. Must be why they're attacking people afterwards. They're trying to sleep and they're hearing footsteps all the time. Dang, this software really thinks that I'm having my eyes closed all the time. Maybe it's because I keep looking at the weather map so frequently. It's like, ooh, ooh. Which I probably should be looking at the weather map. We do have to. We do want to eventually get to Kirby. So Ontario here, northern into southern. The northern-southern boundary sort of here. Got a snowfall warning for 15 to 25 centimeters of snow. Yeah, that's right, Ontario. This isn't the last you've seen of snowfall. You haven't seen the last of me! However, you go down to southern Ontario and you've got rainfall warning. 25 to 40 millimeters of rain. Not normally warning criteria. However, the ground temperature is quite cold, meaning that it's not going to be able to absorb as much rainfall. Flooding is easier to encounter during this. Tonight and in late Wednesday. Another... That Colorado low is still alive? I'm not talking about the previous one that had already gone north and done its own thing. I'm talking about the other one that formed... I guess it formed this weekend. Yeah, it formed this weekend and it's still around. I just realized that this Colorado low is one of the primary drivers of the crazy weather. Well, that and the properties of the atmosphere down there were also very volatile, and they were just waiting for something like a frontal system to kick them up. The Colorado low is essentially just a trigger, the frontal system riding from it. But yeah, rainfall warning. And yeah, it's another Colorado low. Like, just as the other one dissipated, it spawned again. This one did not spawn in Colorado at all. It spawned northern Wyoming, by the looks of it, and then did its usual travel. But, I mean, it's one state up from Colorado, so... They mean, like, relatively around that mountain range. We usually end up calling it a Colorado low when it's somewhere around that part of the mountain range. Manitoulin Island. Not the best company out there, but, you know, company gets big enough and they name an entire island after them. Oh, and we got a snowfall warning over here. Okay, 15 to 30 centimeters, 2 to 4 centimeters per hour. Oh boy. That looks like it's going to be your Wednesday and part of Thursday. 15 to 30 centimeters. Dang. That's a lot of snow to deal with. There's also special weather statements surrounding the area. Southern parts are mentioned in 20 to 40 millimeters of rain. Those are quite the winds. Those gusts are hitting the high range, but not the severe part of the high range. 80 kilometers an hour down here with 15 to 25 millimeters. Possible accumulating snow, they also mention. Further down, 25 to 50 millimeters of rain. Maybe a rainfall warning, but, you know, it has to hit the 50 end of it in order for it to actually be a warning. We move over here. 10 to 20 millimeters of rain and snowfall accumulation up to, actually, 15 or exceeding 15 centimeters. You see, it's a very mixed zone around here. It gives you a rough idea. The temperatures are somewhat near zero, and we got a Colorado low moving in, tossing precipitation around. And, you know, whatever temperature just happens to be. Mind you, towards the evening, when you've got 5 degrees or lower, you can still get snow. Well, that wouldn't have been as long, but it looks like Buttspot butted or tushed the promo message. Conversation tush tush. Sure to give that. Oh no! Give that tush button a poke. It's a twitch. When you tush him. A tush button. Uh-oh. Well, I'm not sure where that button is, so it's a disclaimer. I didn't place that button there. If anyone placed it there, blame Krista. Special weather statement over here is just outright mentioning snow. Possibly exceeding 20 centimeters, so might result in a snowfall warning still. This is really mixed precipitation. Like, some areas you're getting snow, some areas you're getting both, and some areas you're getting rain, and you're getting, like, a bit of a different amount depending on where you are. Southern Ontario, make sure you read your statements, because there's a lot of differences going between different regions in terms of how much snow you'll get, how much rain you'll get, or if you'll even get one or the other. If you have a statement over you, though, chances are you'll get one or the other at least. This goes into Quebec, and it does mention a 60-kilometer-an-hour wind along the St. Lawrence River, which makes sense. The wind likes to channel down there. 10 to 15 centimeter range. Maybe a tornado and a snowstorm. I certainly hope not. They can happen. They're quite rare, but they can happen. It has happened. But yeah, they're usually quite rare. And usually they're like a snow devil or something, and those aren't even officially documented when they happen. Happened here. Oh, it's sucking up snow. Yeah, I know snow devils are definitely a thing. And they look really cool. They're very picture-worthy. If you happen to see one, it'll be a good picture as long as as long as your visibility is not getting destroyed by other snow. Looking out on the lakes is actually a really good area for picking up on snow devils, because the lakes have a lot of turbulent winds. However, the surface has to be frozen, otherwise it won't really have much to pick up on. Other things you can get when looking out to open areas, any open area, by the way, not just over lakes. Other really cool things you can get, usually around big lakes, is when the body of water is warm and there is fog on the surface, but the wind's a little crazy. You could actually get steam devils as well, or fog devils. They're called steam devils. They're fog devils. Those are also really cool looking. It's either that or an alki devil. Or an alkali devil. Yeah, there's some. I love it when I'm able to see the turbulence in wind and snow, fog, fire too. When any of that gets caught up in strong enough turbulent zones, you can get some really cool pictures out of it, or some really cool videos out of it. If it connects with the cloud base, that's when the devil there changes to a tornado. If it doesn't connect with the cloud base, then it's typically a devil. Usually. Sometimes, I've seen it where it looks like one, but then it becomes transparent, and then you can sort of see the cloud base dipping too. That's technically a tornado. You just can't see the top part of it. Usually it doesn't stay that way for long. It usually either succeeds, connects, and becomes fully visible, or it falls apart and doesn't really form much out of it. Yeah, it's like it's sort of like a fungal, except from the air to the ground rather than from the clouds to the air. They're really cool to see. Dust devils during the summer is a pretty common thing out in the prairies. And actually, you can see them in cities, too. If the winds get high enough and some turbulence gets caught up. Mind you, dust devils are also not fun to be in. I'd say protect your eyes if you see one heading for you. They're not something you have to take shelter for, but they are something that you should probably give your eyes shelter from. That dust is not fun. Junk devil. I had a junk devil hit me while I was outside with I was like back in, I think this was like middle school. This junk tornado, or sorry, not tornado. This junk devil formed from one corner of the field and went towards our field where I think we were playing soccer. Or football, as you call it in the UK. And yeah, it just went for us. We had to stop for a bit because, yep. And for the most part, it was a fun experience, except for the aluminum can that hit me in the leg. Thankfully, I wear long enough pants. I don't like wearing shorts in the first place. It still hurt. But it could have cut if I didn't have long pants. Look, same thing playing baseball. Looked like a hurricane. Yeah, and like baseball in particular, there's always some sort of dust that can be picked up. Ours was a really weird one because it started on one corner of the field, seemingly out of nowhere, and brought a whole bunch of junk with it, went through our area. Like I said, it was a very weird experience. And then when it hit the tree line on the other side, it fell apart and dropped all the garbage over there. Just weird that it chose that specific area. Just the way turbulence works also says something about the instability of the air that day. We didn't get a thunderstorm that day, but it's a nice indicator that there is some degree of instability. It was lifting mats off the ice. Oh, jeez. That's that's not the best kind of scenario. Jeez. We've had to drag them all back. You know, this special weather statement here actually says depends on system development. Might be related to the Colorado low. I'm guessing it's taken a common path. 10 to 15 centimeter range. I guess they're keeping it as a special weather statement for now because they don't really know how much snow is going to come from it. This area, apparently, the confidence is high enough. 15 to 25 centimeters, and they got a snowfall warning up. What's this statement here? Intense low pressure system. Okay, Quebec. It's called a Colorado low. Hey, weather balloons from China on the map recently. No, I can see. You never know what the jet stream will catch. Sometimes I wonder if they genuinely accidentally get caught up in the jet stream. They just send it up and then the jet stream moves and then they're like, well, there goes an expensive piece of equipment. Crap. Jet streams are powerful. Like, they're very fast. You know, you never know. Could also be intent. You never know with China. China's a very weird country. Like, you know, they got their different cultures, which that's fascinating all on its own. But then they got their really weird government. And then it gets shot down. Yep. Because, yeah, defenses and all that. We can't take any risk with that kind of stuff. Even if it's a weather balloon. You never know what they actually attach to the weather balloons. Although, I'd prefer it if just be weather instruments attached to weather balloons because, weather instruments are cool. "15 to 25 centimeters may accumulate on the ground Thursday morning, Friday morning. With winds of 70. Just a camera enough as... yeah. just a mobile weather camera. Speaking of weather cameras, I'd like to get one for my station one day. I definitely like that. Might be the next upgrade I go for if I don't go for a snow depth measurement instrument. Well, I mean, a drone would be fun and all. I'd need to acquire a license for it. Or at least I'd prefer to have a license for it because I know there's a lot of aerospace restrictions, and you don't want to get in the way of that stuff. Aviation safety is, I take that pretty seriously, even if I'm not a pilot. Only if they catch ya. Yeah, the chances here are pretty decent of it. Because, if any pilot catches something like that where it's not supposed to be, they sort of have to let they have to let control know of it so that other pilots know about it. Oh, tush if they catch ya. Try again, Buttspot. Try again. Border patrols will have an helicopter. Yeah. Yeah. Much like if you're pointing a laser up at aircraft, I strongly discourage this. Chances are they're going to let control know that somebody's doing that. You might have the military knocking on your door if you do that. And they might be there with a heavy fine. So, yeah. Yep, don't do that. Sectoral leader probably takes aviation and aerospace industries or security pretty seriously. Well, he probably operates a lot of airborne vehicles and vessels. Special weather statements. New Brunswick, we got 10 to 20 centimeters, upwards of 30 in northeastern areas. Nova Scotia, 10 to 20 centimeters. All these special weather statements are associated with snow. 10 to 20 centimeters of snow, all of Prince Edward Island, early spring, snowfall. So, essentially, your spring is stalling on you. If you guys want your spring, then give spring a reminder. Hey, you're supposed to be arriving right now, right? Get over here. Now, what's going on in the prairie region? Well, first thing I want to show you is the GFA as usual. That's a thunderstorm icon. That's in northern Alberta. Comment B talks about it. Says at 10,000 feet, broken cumulus. At 14,000 feet, isolated cumulonimbus clouds. Wait, what? 10,000 broken cumulus. 14,000 plus 6 statute mile. What? What's at 14,000? I guess they're just talking about the visibility then. Isolated cumulonimbus. Oh, you know what? That's the base of the cumulonimbus clouds. 14,000 feet. That's a pretty high up cumulonimbus cloud. Isolated cumulonimbus clouds up to 25,000 feet, 5 statute mile, moderate thunderstorms with rain, baby rain, gusting 30 knots. Also, cumulonimbus implies severe turbulence. Typically, pilots go around this. Cumulonimbus clouds are too tall for pilots to go over. Also, do not go over a cumulonimbus cloud. Stay away from it. Go around it. The turbulence is quite dangerous and often damaging to aircraft if you're going over a cumulonimbus cloud. Somewhere over here, yep, this note here that's always here, cumulonimbus, towering cumulus, and also cumulus cassivinius imply significant turbulence and icing. The icing thing's not always true with cumulus. Actually, no. At that elevation, it could still be. So yeah, be careful around them, and go around them, not through them. You can, like I said, when a thunderstorm's like over an airport, sometimes pilots have no choice and you sort of have to go through, but they got to be careful with where they go through. You can't land at an airport while a downdraft is over it. That'll cause the aircraft to hit the runway in an unpleasant way. You probably shouldn't land on a runway while there is an updraft, because, well, that'll screw up your landing attempt. You're trying to land and then all of a sudden you get pushed up and that just throws off your landing procedure. Preferably outside of an updraft or a downdraft. Yeah, sometimes you have to fly through a thunderstorm, but you definitely, I'd say, you should probably be a skilled, experienced pilot before you do something like that. And honestly, only if air traffic control actually is like, yeah, you're gonna have to do this. I mean, ultimately, it's at the pilot's discretion. Air traffic control is just telling you where you can and cannot go. It's the pilot's discretion, but thunderstorms are something that, yeah, you should probably wager the risk before you tango with them. But yeah, this low here with the thunderstorm probability, the +6 hour here indicates there's no more thunderstorms over here. There's probably going to be something talking about TCU, though, right? Nope. There's Altocumulus cassivinius. Showers and flurries. Light showers and flurries. Comment B is nothing interesting. It's not talking about precipitation. It's just saying a broken layer of clouds. Frequent Altocumulus cassivinius with showers with rain. And baby rain. Bit of mist. So north central, North Alberta, you got a bit of activity, a bit of a gap too. So it's a bit of a hit and miss whether you're actually going to get something. You might get something if this troll curls. Let's see what it does in a 12-hour before we jump to conclusions there. Isolated showers possible in north central Saskatchewan. Quite windy in most of the prairies up to Manitoba. Manitoba, you're looking calm for now. Frontal system there weakens and gets taken over by this low-driven one, and it becomes strong. This is the significant weather change that special weather statement was talking about over in the foothill region. It's going to cause the temperatures to cut right back down, and considering it was close to 20 in a lot of areas, your temperatures are going back to normal. Because we can at least grasp a concept of normal weather, right? Nope, the weather is about as normal as we are. Different pattern every year. You can see the visibility patches coming up on the 12 hours here for portions of Manitoba. We got south central and sort of south, and we got sort of central and north central, with a bit of freeze and drizzle. This air pocket here is looking pretty uneventful aside from moderate wind in a lot of areas. Northern Saskatchewan, you've got light flurries with some wind, so minor snowstorm conditions not out of the question. Oh, intermittent light snow and rain too, so that might take your snowstorm chances down a little. Although towards the night, I'd say it's a bit more likely. That's a GFA. Now, nothing's happening in Regina. Let's check the Edmonton Carnival radar. This radar is the closest radar to where we saw the thunderstorm icon, which means if there's a thunderstorm probability, that means the echo top is actually going to be useful today. A little awkward trying to get the controls visible at the same time as the map. Okay, there we go. So we're looking at the cloud tops. I look at the cloud tops because when they hit a certain threshold, typically around the purple threshold here, where you hit 8 to 9 kilometers, 26,000 to 30,000 feet, that's usually when you start getting lightning from areas and it starts hitting cumulonimbus status. Citrus, welcome on in. We are looking at the echo top right now. This is what I look at when thunderstorms are in areas. It's one of the most useful tools for determining where the cumulonimbus clouds are, because cumulonimbus clouds will stand out. They will go into 8-9 kilometer an hour heights or higher. And once you start seeing 14 kilometers or 46,000 feet, that's when you start getting into the severe thunderstorms. Sometimes the 13 kilometer ones become severe as well. We're not going to see anything insane like that today. At least not in the prairie region. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything that actually looks like thunderstorms. I really wish this would load a little faster. Guess they're still working on optimizing the site. We got some light blue here. 7 kilometer, 23,000 foot heights over here.
Excellent.
Thank you for the excellent, Citrus. There's no notification popping up for it, but that might be because I didn't configure the Twitch interface to show for follow. Oh, wait a minute. What layer do I usually have it on? Oh, it's because that layer was bugging out when I tested it earlier. I'm planning on implementing visuals. I'm just going to use the Twitch alert side for that particular one. Twitch started supporting variants and some limited extent of RNG, so it's actually making it a little tempted to check that out. All good. Heard the noise. Happy. Good. Glad the noise is going through. It plays through Firebot, so it should be hearable. So yeah, some light blue here. Don't mind the I clicked my tongue. It's like I'm bird language is starting to come up and but yeah, starting to see some 7 kilometer, just spotty. Unfortunately, there's some radio frequency interference going on here. I wish they'd address that in a more timely manner and, you know, track down who's doing that and tell them to shut off their radio when near the radar. You know. I've actually seen... Well, I haven't toured this radar itself. I'd love to tour this radar one day. But I have seen it before. Yeah, I remember driving down like a highway over here and seeing the Carnival radar. Like, that's the radar. There it is. Even seeing it makes me want to tour it. Oh, here we go. There's your little 7 kilometer. I don't think there's going to be any 8s or 9s, like any purple. But let's see. Let's see if any purple actually manages to show up. This is also at the edge of the radar range. And unfortunately, we don't have any better coverage over here. Looks like this was a hot spot, actually. Whole bunch of colors. Indeed. I don't really pay much attention to the yellow or the green. Even the light blue, I don't really pay too much attention to. Once it starts to get to blue, light blue, and it's like, okay, let's get into the maybe a thunderstorm territory. Dang, though. Sort of like... Oh, you know what? It's coming from outside the radar. That's why. There's probably something more interesting going on out of the radar range. I don't think we have... I don't think the Prairie region has a radar station. Oh, Grand Prairie, maybe? Does Grand... I don't know what Grand Prairie's... Oh, orange is almost guaranteed a thunderstorm. Possibly a good one. Once you start hitting red, you get into maybe severe. Pink is maybe to likely severe. And then once you start seeing gray, you're probably dealing with a supercell. That might be something even tornado capable. I've seen 15 kilometer on there before too. 49,000 feet. And 16... once in a while. Not every storm event, but once in a while. And yeah, usually when you start hitting the 14 to 16 range or higher, that's when you start getting the tornado-capable storms. And chances are I'll be looking at staring at the radar like a hawk, and I'll probably have the velocity chart opened as well, keeping an eye out for tornado possibilities. And chances are there may be one or two or a few on my team keeping the team that I'm part of are looking at it too. And the latest one, still showing a bit of 7, a bit of maybe some lightning strikes, or maybe not. So it's looking very borderline. Like I said, the more interesting weather might be just outside of the radar. We're not expecting anything severe in April, anywho. April's not severe weather season for us. Once we start hitting mid-late May, that's when we start getting severe weather over here. Speaking of severe weather, the U.S. has a lot happening. I'm going to refresh again. There is apparently no tornado warnings right now. Yeah, it might be wrapping up. However, anything's fair game. The tornado watches are still up. The potential's still high enough. Flash flood warnings. I'm just going to zoom in here to see if there's not a tiny tornado warning still active. Wow, this is loading really slow. Okay, there we go. Flash flood warnings. Okay. So no tornado warnings now. There was 30 minutes ago. Around, yeah, I think it was around eastern Ohio here. Southeastern. Not there anymore. I wonder if what the velocity chart's saying about it then. The storms were supposed to start weakening as it ventured further east. The environment's not as favorable. Might be a little favorable still for it to inch over a bit more. But overall, it's not as favorable. Ads. No. Oh, I was taking a look at Cape values, or the amount of potential energy. Just because I was curious, there's still spots of 4,000, 3,000, anything over 1,000. I tend to keep a close eye on. 500 to 1,000 could still result in severe thunderstorms. Anything under 500 doesn't usually result in one. Not usually. Another thing that I'm a little curious about while I'm here is the violent tornado parameter. We've still got some 3s here. This is a 2. These are 3s. And this is a 3 down here. Still got some potential there, so good thing the tornado watches are still up. Significant tornado. Significant tornadoes at 2. Okay. Whatever you say then. Oh, hey, there's the other one that this is the conditional one that just ran. Throwables, down clips. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of fun things to you can mess around with. The seasonal throwable, I've rotated it to Egg Storm. It is no longer Petal Storm. It is now Egg Storm. Throws a bunch of eggs. And one particular variant of eggs explodes. I like how there's a tornado parameter out here in the middle of the water, too. It's just way out here. Sometimes us up in Canada, sometimes we actually take a glance at this, too. Just because, like, these maps show everything within the map's range. We typically change sector and go here. And it sort of tells us what's, they do mark things up here. Doesn't really look like it's interested in Canada, but that's probably because the Canada side is too busy dealing with snow/rainstorms. It's going to make it a little difficult for thunderstorms to actually happen. This is an updated convective outlook. It was a little different 30 minutes ago. There was a moderate zone up. Moderate is level 4 out of 5, and you don't see it every day. You typically only see it a few times a year. 1 or 2 times a year. We had yesterday we had a moderate, and today there was a moderate. Today's moderate was focused over Ohio, but a lot of the storms have moved past the area with the highest potential. In Alabama, you're still not out of the woods. We've got enhanced zone over quite a bit of Alabama right now, and part of Georgia. Central to eastern Tennessee, you're not off the hook either. You still got an enhanced zone. There's a little spot in Ohio with an enhanced. It's probably around that one particular cell that I was looking at that was producing several instances of rotation. And yeah, the rotation is starting to become a little more disorganized. So we'll see where that goes. Tornado's still not off the table. If we point at tornado here, significant tornado is still highlighted in all of this enhanced zone, and it's still at 10%, and this little spot's still 10%. Although, there's no significant tornado hatch over it anymore. There's also 5% over a decent amount of the area. And heck, I'd still keep an eye on a 2%. 2%, I generally just put eyes to the sky, just watch the cloud bases and all that. If it starts producing hail, go inside and watch it from inside. And if your hail potential is large, don't be near a window at all. Winds, still some pretty decent wind potential going on. Hail, large hail still possible. Moderate hail for a lot of other, medium hail. And rainfall, heavy to torrential. Lightning rate, I'd still say high, and in some areas continuous.
Kaboom!
Kaboom! Welcome on in, Ronan. Good to see ya. There is a lot of kaboom happening, in fact. The thunderstorms are on a rampage. We've taken a look at the Day 1 convective outlook. But let's take a quick glance here, because I did not say anything about the snowstorms yet. Hey, Ronan, welcome on in. I hope things are going well for you. My fella is behaving like... oh, maybe it's because I've corrected my posture now? That's probably why. So let me just do that. There we go. All good. It's 3 a.m. over there. Dang. Right in the middle of the night. Well, hopefully everything is calm for the most part over there, or well, maybe calm for the entire part. I know not everywhere is calm. You can see this crazy weather map. It's definitely not calm everywhere. We've actually got some wind advisories being picked up for southern Minnesota, most of Iowa, and northern Missouri. A good portion of Florida, you've got a wind advisory up. South Carolina, a portion of you have a wind advisory as well. One region of Nevada. Also, Wisconsin, a lot of you have a winter storm warning, which implies major snowstorm conditions. Northern Michigan, I mean like north of your lake. Yeah, you've got some blizzard conditions in some areas and winter storm conditions elsewhere. So that's going to be high-end winter storm conditions if you're in a winter storm area. Northern Michigan, on the other side of the lake, you do have a wind advisory up. So keep that in mind if you're traveling up there. Ohio, you've still got a bit of a tornado watch in your area from all the severe weather and a flash flood warning. So, anytime you see flash flood warning, just don't go under the underpasses at all. Those are the first areas to flood. They receive all the water that's going down. Part of West Virginia, you still got a tornado watch up. You got a flood watch elsewhere. Kentucky, a good portion of you have a tornado watch as well. I'd definitely keep an eye on that. I have still been seeing some tornado warnings popping up from time to time there. So definitely keep an eye on that. Ohio, there is a local little area that's still enhanced. And that cell has a history of making multiple attempts at a tornado. So I'd still be cautious around that particular cell. Tennessee, there was a tornado warning in the past hour. However, I'm not even seeing a severe thunderstorm warning for that particular area anymore, so... Oh, those cells are either taking a break or... I don't know. But the violent tornado parameter is still pretty high over there, so I'd still err on the side of caution. Now, these are tornado watches. This does not mean go to your basement and... A tornado watch or a warning do not mean panic either. It means go to your shelter nice and calmly. Yeah. One of the most important things to do in the event of a tornado is don't panic. Your brain does some really irrational stuff when that happens. And during a situation like a tornado, you definitely don't want your brain doing irrational things. You know where your shelter is? Then get on over there. And by shelter, I could just mean a room without windows too, or the innermost room. Doesn't necessarily need to be a fully fortified tornado shelter. I mean, a lot of areas in our prairie regions here, they don't have actual like tornado shelters. Maybe southern Saskatchewan, because they do get them very frequently. Maybe southern Manitoba. But a lot of areas don't really actually have like an official bunker for their for tornado events. So it's just innermost room in that case. Innermost room, basement if you have one. And away from windows. As far away from windows as you can get. Tornadoes like to toss debris around. You've seen tornadoes lift up cars and that before, and a lot of... if you look up videos of tornadoes, you've seen some of the things that tornadoes can toss around. You don't want to be near a window when stuff like that's being thrown around. Oh, the classic cow being picked up by a tornado. You don't want a cow going through your window when you're near the window. Wouldn't be fun. Or a car. Or Kirby. We've also got snowstorm conditions happening in the northeastern states there. Vermont, New Hampshire. Part of... just northeastern New York by the looks of it. Might become all of northern New York. There's still a watch up for a winter storm there. A decent portion of Maine. Honestly, the rest of Maine, you might still get a winter storm warning. Still expect snowstorm conditions. It's quite the storm over there. But yeah. Oh yeah, let's not forget about the Southwest Alaska blizzard that is still ongoing. That area gets a lot of snowstorms, a lot of blizzards. But the frequency of blizzards and snowstorms doesn't change their nature. They will still cut visibility, they will still make road navigation very difficult, and they are not fun to drive through. You know, avoid driving where you can, and be safe out there. Oh, this updated. Huh. Well, that one area of Oklahoma still has the focus there. Has a full 3. Just to confirm, this is violent tornado parameter, right? Yes, it is. 3 for a violent tornado parameter. So, you still have some potential there. Definitely continue to be cautious around there. Let me just move to... Let me just figure out how I can... There we go. Still got a 3 down here, too. So, Alabama, you've got an area to watch. And Oklahoma. Ohio, you still got an area to watch out for. There are some ones here. You know, I'd still keep an eye on those. The 3s, you definitely got to keep an eye out on, because the energy's there. If things line up just right, that 3 could have an advantage taken care of. However you're supposed to English that. This is the velocity chart. I believe this is near one of the cells of interest. Yeah, it's definitely disorganized since I've last checked. Like, you can see, you know, this wants to do something, but honestly, it's a little too far apart. Ooh, what's this near Owensville, though? I don't know, the text box bug is still happening. Salt Lick. That's small towns and hamlet names. Here, let's check the Columbus radar. I'm a little curious. Might have a bit of shear going on over here. Might have some wind directions that disagree. It doesn't look tornadic, though. Well, I'm not seeing anything threatening there. Ah! Oh, that opened a new tab. Okay, that's what that did. Thanks, Mapbox. I meant to unselect your text box. Okay, this is all still Ohio. No significant weather over there yet. How about towards Pittsburgh? We'll just give this area a quick check. Got some winds that disagree over here. You definitely got a bit of a strong wind. However, that's not rotation. Oh, there's Little Toronto. Oh, all right. Well, we spent an hour talking about weather instead of the usual 30 minutes. So, I'm going to quickly change to the home screen here, so that I can get this monitor switched over to my Switch. Welcome on in, Fiber Optics. Can this accurately give the weather for North Korea? Nope. There is no way of knowing the weather in North Korea. The closest I can get is South Korea when I check the personal weather station network. Yep. North Korea is just a little too strict over communications. Which is unfortunate because, like, in a global sense, I'm curious about the weather in like every country and seeing what's going on. China's also a really tough spot to get weather for. Hong Kong is the only place that I can actually find some personal weather stations, and that's just because Hong Kong was, like, formerly operated on their own for a bit. Now, I'm not keeping up on the current events in Hong Kong, but I think it's transitioning back to China because that was like a temporary agreement or something like that. Honestly, I think it's really weird to like temporarily give a piece of land like, oh hey, you're free, and then it's like, but you're free for about like, I don't know, X amount of years. Weird practice. Honestly, probably something shady beneath there, but that's for the crusty old mudders to figure out, as I like to call politicians ever since I heard Senna call the councils a crusty old mudders. I love it. Tell you, some of the things from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 really stuck with me. Some of the amazing lines that were done. And crusty old mutters is one of them. I'm not going to add it as a sound clip because you might catch me talking actual politics maybe one, maybe one, sometimes 2 times a week, and not during games typically. Okay, let's figure out which controller is actually connected to my Switch here. I'm pretty sure. I don't like the flickering that the software is doing. It's really annoying me. But maybe the flickering will stop once I re-enter the camera range. Don't worry, if it sounds like I'm far away, it's because I am. I'm just getting my controller. Nope, the flickering's still going. I might have to restart the software. Because that's bothering the heck out of me. In the meanwhile, let's get us switched over to oh, I'm not getting any sound from that. Okay, my fellow should be back. OBS takes forever to recognize this source, unfortunately, so... Okay. Oh, you know what? I might have the capture card inactive because I had a different game up at some point. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was just because I didn't have the game card up. Ready to start system update? No. Ready to start system update?
No.
Why does this always sound so quiet? Like, it just sounds quiet to me. Like, I go down and look at the audio levels, and I'm like, no, that's fine for you. Before we get right into Kirby, I'm just going to make sure the category gets changed to Kirby. Yes, there we go. Very nice. Now, let's go to the carnival. Everbay Coast? No way. Oh yeah, I told you guys I'd show you the Wispy Woods thing. Somewhere in here. It's somewhere down all of my random... Oh, hold on. We don't have to look very far. Ah, it's right there. It's right there, and you have to dodge in a very specific way. So, first of all, you won't see the boss's HP. You can still damage the boss. And second of all, the goal thing will remain there, though it will not be interactable. Also, the boss music won't play during any of this. Also, the boss timer will not be running in the background. So you will always clear within X amount of time, no matter how long you take. And because the game thinks you haven't entered the actual boss fight, it will not count any damage you take as having taken damage from the boss. Well, yeah, the effects are quite funny. I like it. It's a little tricky to actually get to run. Honestly, I really wish I was good at the hammer super jump because there is an amazing glitch that you can do at the end of the game, like when you're facing the hardest boss in this game, where you fight two at the same time or more. Although honestly, good luck fighting two of them, let alone the maximum amount that the game will allow before crashing. By the way, you gotta find all the decks. I think there's one up here. No, wait, no, this is a separate thing. Duckies. Ducky! We gotta find all the duckies. And destroy trash cans. I'm trying to remember if there's 4 or if there's 5. Oh yeah. You get food for doing that. So naturally, Kirby will do it. There are 5. Okay. You gotta find the one more for... There we go, there's the one more. Yay! Dang it, all the cuteness. Yeah, make sure you get what you can get done, because you can't go back once you proceed here. Also, yeah, this rabbit likes to sit, apparently. Oh, you don't want to get sat on by that rabbit. Vicious. So, yeah, like I said earlier, there's no lineup for the rides, but they might require a bit of maintenance. See, a little electric there. I'm trying to remember if it's this stage that's like don't touch the mud, or if it was I think it's the next stage. Yeah, there's all sorts of little objectives, that's for sure. The mud will slow you down anyway, so you don't really want to be part of it. Well, if it is part of this one, then I'm doing the stage again. It's a timed onion. I should have kept fire. Wait a minute. Does this count as going on the mud? It might not because ice just allows you to go over it. Give me that hammer. Flat. Flattened. Kirby is dangerous. I like these controls because I quickly get used to them. Now watch. This is funny. They actually don't mind you until you start cutting in line. See? Like, hey! This is Kirby's right now. No tilt controls this time. Thank goodness. Imagine trying to tilt controls on these. There are switches further ahead, so I gotta make sure I know what I'm doing. There's a first one. Whoop. Thankfully, there's no objective that says do not take damage on the roller coaster ride. Yeah, Kirby. I swear Kirby's literally overpowered. Yep. Yes, Kirby is. You know, lore-wise, Kirby is technically a demon beast. Kick sign. Oh, that's just the beginning of it. Okay. We don't need to retry it. We got what we needed to get. I hope I didn't miss anything by choosing the other door. Wait, is this the one with the racing segment? Whoop. Raisin. Ah, perspective. Dang it, I can't mute when my throat does this. It just depends on the environment outside, whether my throat does the clouding up nonsense or not. The secret chicken. You know, the one that Browser was talking about in Book of Mario Thousands of Doors. Oh, that time ago. Ah, no. Ah. Onion. Onion crow. I insist, it's the crows. What? What'd I do to you? Huh? I didn't cut in line this time. Rude. yeah, super armor. And popcorn. Welcome on in, Citrus. How are you today? Hey, while I have hammer, I don't even know how to do the hammer super jump. Or I don't remember. Imagine just bouncing around on crates, minding your own business, and then this pink menace comes along with a hammer and just beats you senseless. Also, dang. Mega Kirby. Kirby is very moist. If you're fast enough, you can jump on that platform before it goes up. Water the flowers. Make nature happy. And yeah, you sort of figure out that you have to do that. What do you mean there isn't anything over there? Ah yes, a beverage. Don't forget to hydrate, everybody! Not to the point that Kirby has, but... I'm just gonna keep hammer right now. Well, if you thought the vehicles needed maintenance now... Ah! You got stuck on me! Dang! Thanks for the explosive. 50% hit rate, so it looks like it hit. I haven't tested it out with the throw-in software on if I can weigh the probabilities of the sounds. Like, I know I can weigh the throwables. Okay, I was wondering why it wasn't counting up. I was like, what? So you have multiple reasons to complete this objective. You're given a blueprint for doing this. Unfortunately, we cannot keep we cannot keep Moist Kirby for much longer because Moist Kirby cannot climb ladders. Toy Hammer Blueprint. It's a hammer upgrade. Although, I'm not a big fan of this upgrade because it sort of makes hammer weaker. It makes it faster, but it makes it weaker. Ah! Not the sit rabbit. Kirby doesn't like getting sat on. Ah! So, you don't necessarily have to clean all this. You just have to clear out the fountains. What were you doing under there, Crow?
Onion, onion.
I don't understand what you're saying, Mr. Crow. Well, looks like we got this stage 100%ed, so let's... Yeah. There is a really awesome stage later on. It's the first spooky stage. Kirby's got spooky stages. Some Mario games have spooky stages, and then there's others without them, and I'm always disappointed by those, by the fact that there isn't one. Then gotta be a spooky stage.
Needle. Ouch, ouch. Careful with those spikes. Job enemies in place, so I pick him up by rolling around. Nab a whole bunch of them together and then launch him off all at once. Pow! Pow!
Yapon. Brontobert, one of the oldest enemies in the Kirby series. Now that we're in the amusement park, we've got Circuit Speedway here. There are a few specific objectives involved in that race. I think one involves time. One involves taking both shortcuts. We're not worried about the blueprint right now, Elflin. Check out these portals. We have some portals we want to go through. Also, we're going to start getting different music for the Treasure Road now. We are now officially on the moderate difficulty ones, apparently. Oh no. Big sit rabbits. Ah! Yeah! Alright. This way. Dang it! I waited too long. Really? Attack me again. No, not. Don't jump around like a weird. Don't jump around badly. Wait for it. Yes! He ran into it. Bonkers is a little more annoying to try and open up a charge shot as soon as his super armor wears off. When they're changing from phase 1 to phase 2, they have super armor for a bit. So I try to time it so that as soon as they get out of their super armor, they take the fully charged hammer. But Bonkers is also very quick to get off of the get into the air. Whoop. Oh jeez! Oh jeez! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Oh jeez! It was a delayed laser. I still got the target time. Jeez. Thanks for the laser, Rodin. I'm very tempted to add a visual to this, but I'll have to work. I'll have to work on that sometime. It's gonna take a bit of time because I have to, I have to craft the visual so that it actually fits on the overlay. Senzu beam. Okay, these fellas are in lineup. Are they gonna get mad if I cut ahead of them? Probably. Nope, just the Cappy. The Cappy was supposed to get mad at me, actually, but apparently not. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have to get good time and shortcut here. It'll only start counting once I hit the finish line, or the start line. "25 seconds. That's not a shortcut, by the way. Oh no! Oh, you can't restart the stage. Oh. Oh, right. This is the first track. Wait, what? I didn't know I was doing that good for time. Alright. I hit the mud once and I thought I was going to screw up my time. Wait, I'm a little suspicious. Isn't there get under 20 seconds hidden objective here? Let me try this again and try to get under 20. It was the one track or the other, I'm pretty sure, that had the get under a certain amount. Oh yeah. Don't be suspicious. Yes, I did it. I did the thing. Yep. Yep, this was the one. Okay.
Nice.
Thanks for the nice. That's one of my favorite voice clips from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC. Excuse me, Poppy Bros. I would appreciate you not throwing your bombs around. This is an amusement park. There are no explosives allowed. Ah, they got mad. I cut in line. If these two didn't, though, they don't care. They're like, yeah, whatever. Oh, I know I'm gonna need bomb here. They sort of hint it by having it placed here. Oh, that's cool. It was supposed to roll up instead of bouncing off of it, but, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. French fries, hot dog. Oh, my goodness. There is a bonus room here. I mean, like, a full-out bonus room, not that. Really? Okay, there we go. To the bonus room. Onion, onion. Hold on. There we go. I'm trying to remember if it still closes. No, it doesn't once you collected it. Alright. One of the objectives is defeat a mini-boss with the invincibility candy, so let's quickly get into the next room. There we go. Alright, the Gigant Sword Blueprint. Overpowered but very slow. It's essentially Kirby has a great sword. You hear that onion? That's right. There's an onion bird nearby. Oh yeah. Are they crows, or do we just simply call them onion birds? And I think I'm just gonna call them onion birds. Because, you know, crows don't have orange... Well, the crows in our region do not have... orange beaks. What the heck is a crow with the orange beak called again? This one is the use all shortcuts one. It doesn't care about your time, but you should get at least 50 because I don't think you get the Waddle Dee if you don't. Oh yeah. Whoopsies. That's how you're supposed to do that. Can I hear onion for a moment? Well, I'm gonna have to redo this anyways. It's probably not gonna hit the time. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not gonna hit the time now. Hey, your back looks like a ramp. Still hits the time. Okay. No, I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna hit that. Boost through the cardboard shortcuts. I thought I heard it. I thought I heard onion on the track. Nope. No, I didn't. I was hearing things. Nope. Stage is 100%. Oh, okay. Ladder skip. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know Kirby could go way out there. There we go. So far, so good. Big kaboo.
Ice. Brr, so cold. Can you see your own breath? Make a chunk of ice, then kick it forward. Skate and slide wherever you go. You'll even collide right over mud and magma. Yes, that's definitely how ice works.
Ah. The flattering, one of the flattering Kirbys. Dome mouth Kirby. Now he can stuff an entire dome in his mouth, wrap around one of these, then twist until it pops open. Think there's anything good inside? Only one way to find out. Oh yeah. Oh yes, this stage is awesome. Also, there's a blueprint that you've actually got to look for. It's not right in an obvious path. And it's also not where a Waddle Dee is found, so... you'll have to do a little bit of looking for it. But it's a pretty good one. Excuse me, I'm trying to go over here. That's another one with picky target time, I'm pretty sure. Okay, never mind. That target time's not picky at all. It's weird. Some of the target times are really picky and others are not. And no, it's not always tied to difficulty. Sometimes they give the hard difficulty ones a more generous time than they need to. But the combo ones usually don't get... don't get as generous at times, typically. Ugh, these hitboxes. Thanks, I like Bad Cycle. Alright. There we go. Oh, that target time's a little picky. That's all fine, though. That's why I'm glad target times don't count towards 100%. By the way, there's a Star Road here. Oh boy. Open wide, Kirby. Wait, I can do that. I did the dodge and instant inhale. All right. Very nice. Yes, it still worked. That still somehow worked too. I won't argue. But never happened. Well, still hit the target time. So silly. That ring does not float, Kirby. There was... Yeah, there was. Yeah, we'll worry about the blueprint later, Elflin. Ah. Pipe mouth truck. Oh, this one is jump timing. All right, let's see if we can do this. Took me quite a few tries last time, if I'm not mistaken. Normally I'd restart if I fell even once. But that's just the target time thing. You can't fall even once if you're doing target time. I don't know if I'm getting, or if I'm confusing myself here, but there might be another one of those that's longer. This stage is awesome. Oh yeah. Also, yeah, the boo sound effect is used here. I'm actually somewhat amused. I don't like how often this one appears. There we go. Hey. Eat one of the 3 ghost hidden snacks. We have stolen your snacks. A 1-minute ad warning. Oh no. Stinky ads. Ugh. Not a sit, rabbit. No. Kirby tells you when to sit. You sit down. Gotta hit that on time. Otherwise, you're doing the stage again. Or I think restarting the room would work, but that's... Did he just damage himself by standing there? That was interesting. Spooky. Kirby has an idea. think the only one I kept missing here was one that was just well hidden. Also, don't take damage from a specific kind of enemy is an objective here. Pollo. I love that pollo means chicken in Spanish. Like, see, Kirby can speak Spanish just fine. It says chicken all the time. Those are the fellas you don't want to take damage from. And they're drawn to light. Ooh. Goodies. Kirby sounds like a water meter when I when I do that quickly. A water meter running on high. We spit this out for now because we need cutter for this. You know that that treasure road we just did? Oh, hold on. Let's do this properly. We utilize that here. There's a second Waddle Dee. Now let's take our light bulb and go back. This is timed. Tick tock, tick, tick tock. Anyways. That's your only hint that there's actually something over here. That 1-star coin. Onion, onion, onion. Now we still have one more ghost snack. I don't know if I missed it. I think there's still one more. We're now here. Kirby can no longer be light bulb now. He has to. I'm gonna assume he spit it out. I'll take that. Thank you. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a trap. But not really. See? I thought the ghost hidden snack was back here. That's another reason why I want to get rid of X-Split by next season. That. take that. There's a hidden snack here. Boom! Hidden ghost. There we go. 3 out of 3 hidden ghost snacks. Now, before you eagerly continue on, don't forget to stop on by here. Because there's a time crash blueprint, and it's pretty overpowered. I wouldn't use it post-late game. Like, for arena mode, I wouldn't use it. But otherwise, it's very useful. Especially if there's lots of enemies. It's fake! But also, not really. Oh yeah, vending machine, vending Kirby's back. Here, have some vending machines. Now, destroying these is an objective. So, okay. Destroy 13 aliens using pendant mouth. And also, we got all the royalties. Look at that. Question mark. What secret objective did I miss? Oh, it doesn't consider it clear until you finish the... Okay. Forgot about that. Blue star coin. Lantern switch. Job hog. Job the hog hedge. Okay.
Charge those points up, then zing! Let them fly. Job hog is famous in the new world for its spiky spines. He's even invincible to Kirby when Kirby is invincible. It was short and cute when it was young, but it'll eventually grow to dangerous needles. It'll jump anything that gets too close, so approach with caution.
We have one more place to go, and that's the Dream Parade. Woo! Oh. Oh. Bombs? Kirby's got him. Yeah, good enough. Okay, sure. That one you didn't even need to aim. You just need to go whoop. Hey, when I hold down the bomb button, can you actually aim and throw instead of dashing forward? There we go. I'm not worried about the target time.
It's no worry.
Ugh, target time 45 seconds. Yuck. Gross. Sword. Rope cutting quiz. You'll need to hit restart if you cut the wrong one. Really? That's the only way to destroy Gordos in this game, by the way. Thank you. I want to go down. And now, the Dream Parade. We'll worry about that later, Alpha Lane. This one is do not touch the mud. It's so quiet. Oh, caution? Yeah, don't worry about that. You have to be cautious of anything. It's Kirby. Computer. Whoa. Oh yeah. Woo! Yuck. Look at how sad they look when you haven't tended to them. They're so sad. Ah! No, no, get back here. And you. Oh, that one's sleeping with a naughty. There we go. Alright. We got all 5. You hear the onion? I hear the onion. Onion! There are 5 hidden Waddle Dees on this stage. Plus the hidden objectives. Including do not touch the mud. Don't touch the mud. And this will help us not touch the mud. Also, we need Tornado to get one of the hidden Waddle Dees, if I'm not mistaken. Sort of hinted by the Tornado ability that's right there. Oh, ice cream. Kaboom. Bonus room. See the timer? Ah, 20 and 50 at 5.5 seconds. What? Wow, 2.7 seconds. Definitely not rigged. Remember, don't fall in the mud. There we go. There's an Elflin wanted poster. Hey, look at that. Hold on, does this fella respawn? Nope. Usually when they respawn, that's a hint that you'll need them for something in the same room. Tornado. I don't know why they randomly placed 2 Bronto Birds there and are like, oh yes, this will stop Kirby. Well, that was weird. That just caused one to crash into the other. Nope, we don't want it to be sat on by a rabbit. Nope. Okay, there we go. Re-moisten the Kirby. Onion. But wait, there's more. Notice that wall back there all being all cracked? Yep. Fear Tornado Blueprint. Your first boss-based ability, I think. Ah, okay. They just fall off over there. All right. Oh, wait. Onion. Yeah. We've acquired onion. Okay, there we go. No, bad chili. What's the question mark? Is this another one they consider? Yep, it's without falling in the mud, and we didn't touch it. Yes. Switch. Not a Nintendo one. Chili. Blade Knight. Blade Knight. Now, let's hope that we can get all the objectives first try. That would be nice. Oh, we got a star road we got to go through too. However, we actually do need to do an upgrade for this one. So we'll go back to that one after we beat the boss. Done. Now, the boss we're about to meet may be a charming looking kitty, but is also very vicious. Took a while to no damage just when I did this the first time. No. Really? Chip damage? Get out of here. Bite me. Too early. Awkward half damage. I don't know what that was. I don't know. Kirby keeps guarding instead of dodging. Too early. Hey, bro. Welcome on in. Hope things are going fantastic. Have a awesome lurk. No, I don't want that. Did that? No, that didn't count. I thought you're supposed to shoot her while she's up there. And that didn't count, apparently. Wait, what? What was that? I thought you were supposed to aim at me when you were doing that. Ugh, this timing's terrible. And this camera really does not help. That counted! I might keep Ranger or I might use Hammer. I might use Hammer. Hammer! Hammer! Oh yeah, defeat without hovering. I don't hover anyways. And this boss, it's actually a really bad idea to do that. Yeah, and the other one's clear without taking damage. I know. Okay, now we're going to be warped back to Waddle Dee Town anyways, so we may as well go get the upgrade while we're here and see what else has been upgraded. Waddle Dee Town has grown even bigger. Wait, the arena's already here? Oh, Gotcha Machine Volume 2. Oh boy. This is a really weird time for the Coliseum to open. Alright, I thought it was after you cleared the ice area. Meta Nightacule. Crash ability can now be evolved. The world is now doomed. There's a lot of abilities that can be evolved because we got a lot of blueprints while we were out there. I like how that... I like how Kirby kicked that one right at the Waddle-Dee's face and the Waddle-Dee just kept waving. It was just like, yeah, whatever. This happens all the time. So yeah, I don't voice any repeated dialogue. The sword ability can now be evolved into Gigant Sword. The Crash ability can now be evolved into Time Crash. Use it wisely. The Hammer ability can be evolved into Toy Hammer, which is apparently the easiest one to do that Hammer Super Jump thing with. The Tornado ability can be evolved into Fuller Tornado. The Drill ability can now be evolved into a Pencil Drill. That's right, you can be a pencil now. Congratulations. Congratulations, you've been promoted from drill to pencil. Tornado sounds suitable for someone who likes weather. Yep. Tushnado. Oh. Tushnado. I don't know if I don't want to be part of that. Kirby can actually move around slowly while using the shield, but is vulnerable from behind. Also cannot dodge. Although you can do this and it looks funny. Yeah, so it's even more powerful. It costs 3. It costs a little more to evolve. And also, this is the highest level that the Crash ability can be evolved to. For good reason. Man, the Waddleys don't want to give Kirby the ability to like end the world by using the ability. Here, before we upgrade the other ones, this is what it does. It slows down the flow of time. And every new enemy that you hit, with the exception of Mr. Sandbag, who it'll renew every time he's hit, will renew it. There is a treasure road that involves Time Crash, Kirby. We might be able to get to see how fun that is. I'm not sure if that one appears right. Oh, that one might be actually appear at a later time. So yeah, Toy Hammer is oh, it is slightly more powerful actually. I thought it was slightly less powerful. Well, let's get our tornado evolved. I'm trying to remember if Fleur is a bird lady or if it's a bird dude. A bird man. Tornado ability is evolved into Fleur Tornado. Yeah, we need this ability to enter that treasure road. Pencil drill. You need Kirby to sharpen your pencils. This ability is for you. You mean people still use pencils nowadays? It even creates shavings in its path. It's wonderful. Didn't I have one more? No, I don't. All right, we'll use hammer to take care of. We'll take care of this. We'll open up the next stream with the Coliseum, but for right now, we got a bone to pick with Coraline here. Over that chip damage nonsense that happens when dodges are shields instead. Winter horns. It's another area with a wealth of secrets, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll do this too. Turn the windmills. Windmills. Who built the pyramids and who built the windmills? That's right, it was Kirby. I think I ended this too early. No, I didn't. But these Scarfies got in my way. If it wasn't for the Scarfies, I would have hit the target time, actually. The target time. This is word. I hope you are having fun, Alpha Lynn. Because we're about to go see, Cat Lady. And hopefully take no damage this time. That'd be nice. Oh yeah! Aw, too bad I wasn't right up to her. I could have hit her as soon as her super armor was over. Thank goodness it didn't think I was shielding. Boom! Yes! Oh, beautiful. That was definitely within 1 minute and 30 seconds. Everything went the way I wanted it to this time. Also, good thing I have a compressor, because that would have been really loud without a compressor. Creek. wonder if noise suppression. I wonder if the slight amount of noise suppression I'm missing is still picked up. Like, right. Oh yeah, yeah. Apparently, unless OBS is just being inaccurate again. Creak. No. I'm done with you, chlorine. Chlorine. I got a strong enough scent from chlorine. Hey, let's do this. Check each customer's food orders, then select the item they want. If customer satisfaction gets too low, it's game over. Try it on to keep them waiting for too long. Blood rush speed will increase. Servers make correct orders as you can. Try and earn a high score. Some of them know what's going on right away. Actually, it's really helpful when you start getting, like, the second bubbles of the person next in line. Which happens on harder difficulties, and maybe the lunch rush here? Yep, it does happen on the lunch rush here. Oh no, I had a pixel missing from the customer satisfaction thing. It might not be 100 for that. $99%. See, Kirby even gets paid for doing this. We'll try the higher difficulties another time. Kirby says hi. And I say thank you guys so much for joining on in. I'm gonna just take a glance here and see who I can send you guys off to. Oh. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna send you guys over to Raven McPherce, who is playing Overcooked 2, which is also quite a fun, chaotic game. Perhaps slightly related to the gig that Kirby was just working. I'm gonna send you guys on over there. Stick around for a bit for the raid. Whether you want to raid and lurk, raid and chat, or raid and run, all are perfectly fine by me. I'd like to thank you guys once again for joining. Next stream is going to be on Thursday. We're going to be continuing Book of Mario. Actually starting Chapter 7. On Saturday, we're going to be creating a gift together. Ooh. And then next Tuesday, we're going to be continuing more Kirby goodness. Here's the raid messages. Non-subs is the first one. Or, sorry, subs is the first one. Non-subs is the second one. Send those on over. And once again, thank you guys so much for joining. I greatly appreciate it. Take good care of yourselves. And stay safe. The weather's still a little nutty out there. It should begin to calm down tomorrow, but it's, it's still a little crazy for now. Anywho, till next time, everybody, thank you for joining. Take good care of yourselves. And we'll meet again.
Tiff ball.